And our word for today on this Tuesday of the fifth week of Lent, on this Tuesday, April the 8th, our words for today, lift up. Lift up our words for today, taken from our gospel reading from the Gospel of John, chapter 8. When you lift up the Son of Man, then you will realize that I am, and that I do nothing on my own, but I say only what the Father taught me. The one who sent me is with me. He has not left me alone, because I always do what is pleasing to him. Jesus foretelling his own death here and how he will be put to death by being lifted up on the cross, but also making it clear that there will be a difficult moment associated with that, right? He's actually bringing in the conversation that he will have with his Father in the Garden of Gethsemane. He's also bringing that in, saying, I will be there praying, shedding blood, shedding tears, sweating blood because of the difficulty that I know is about to take place. And I will speak to my Father, and I will say to him, Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass by me, but not my will, but yours be done. We see it because I always do what is pleasing to him, doing the will of our Heavenly Father. And by doing the will of our Heavenly Father, Jesus is lifted up that all might be saved. We see in the book of Numbers today, chapter 21, a foretelling of this being lifted up, a foreshadowing of Jesus being lifted up on the cross. The people of God have begun to complain about lack of food again in the desert, even though they've been given manna, even though they've been given quail. Now they're tired of that. At first, all they wanted was something to eat that they might survive, and that was enough for a minute. And then after a minute, it wasn't enough anymore, and then they wanted more. Yeah, I don't know who that. I know who that reminds me of. Me. It reminds me a lot of me. That I want something from the Lord. I'm in a desperate situation. I ask for the Lord to intervene. He intervenes, and I'm very happy about it for about 8 minutes. And then I'm asking him for the next thing. Never satisfied, never content, never willing to just walk in praise, always looking for the next thing and not achieving contentment because I always have that next thing in mind. One more thing, Lord, if you would just give me that one more thing, then I'll be ready. I know it. Oh no, I give you that one more thing. And then guess what? 8 minutes later, you're discontent again. It's who we are. We have a fallen nature. But we should be aware of it, brothers and sisters, because the penalty for that thing in the book of Numbers today is not good. Book of Numbers, chapter 21, the people complain, and so God sent serpents, and the serpents killed the people. They bit them and they died. And then, of course, they go back to Moses, and they say, oh, Moses, we just need one more thing. Ask God to heal us from these serpents, to send them away. Okay, I'll give you that one more thing, God says. And he has Moses raise up this seraph in the desert on a pole. And when the people looked up at that seraph on a pole, a brass serpent, by the way, lifted up on a pole in the middle of the desert. And when they looked at that brass serpent, by God's own command, they would be healed. And when that happened, they were content for a minute. Now, you look later in the scriptures about some hundreds of years later, and guess what they're doing with that bronze serpent that was raised up on the pole in the desert? They're worshiping it as a god. We're crazy. Let's just be clear. We are crazy, but the Lord knows it, and he has made a way forward for us in the midst of our brokenness. He has given us a way that we might be reconciled to the Father and that we might be brought to perfection, not through our grumbling and complaining, but when we lift up our voices in praise and acknowledgement of his goodness and in recognition of him being lifted up on the cross that we might be saved. Lift up our words for today.